don't know if you guys can see it. This is a 4-liter in the junkyard, and I took that first head bolt right here, and I took, hang on, let me try and get the shadow out of here, the glare out of here. Anyway, and then there's the second one right there, and then the third one is just like I experienced on my Jeep. The bolt's all rusty. All rusty on number 3. Exactly the same problem I have. So that's a factory issue. So that bolt goes home with me, and a couple more for thread chasers. Well, here we are with all our head bolts in the vinegar, and there's a lot of crud in here. I think this is the rusty head bolt, but boy, I'll tell you, there ain't much rust on it. Just above the pliers, there's some loose rust I know that would, yep, see, it rinsed right off. I think that's the bolt. Maybe it was this one. This has got a little more rust on it. But man, I'll tell you, this is vinegar, white vinegar, cheap white vinegar. And you know what? It seems to be cutting the grease on the threads a little bit. Well, technically it's probably oil. But that's pretty darn slick. I don't know. I forgot when I put it in here. It's been what? Days? Because I haven't had to worry about putting the head back on yet. So, earlier at the junkyard, I shot the video of pulling this one out, and it's quite rusty, just like the one off of our Jeep. These are all the junkyard bolts. But you know what? Here's another one. I don't know which engine I got it out of. One engine had a rusty bolt in the 3rd position back. Let's review that real quick. Here's the front one that takes sealer. 1, 2, 3. This one here is on 2 engines. This engine right here and the engine in the junkyard had a rusty bolt. And I mean severely rusted. This one isn't even as bad as mine. But I got this out of one of those 2 engines that were at the junkyard, and it's kind of rusty too. So I think the sealer that's supposed to go at the bottom of these threads on the frontmost bolt may have to go on 2 or 3 bolts. Because I can tell you, the factory says take this front bolt and put sealer on the bottom of it because it goes into a water jacket. Well, you know, maybe it was a machining issue. But here, this one here, I'm sorry, the 3rd one requires some sealer too, because that water jacket goes all the way back to the rear cylinder. So what I might do is I may put sealer on every one of them. I know you're not necessarily supposed to, but that one has obviously leaked and rusted. This one hasn't, but you know, it doesn't really harm anything, but you don't really want your bolts getting rusted all to pieces, because it's going to change how thick they are over enough time. So, anyway, that was quite a great discovery at the junkyard today, that it's not just my 1988 Jeep. The Jeep I filmed at the junkyard was also, it was either an 88 or 89 remix like this one is. So, anyway, sorry I'm doing this with my cell phone and not the good camera. You can see me shaking a little bit, but anyway, great news. I got bolts to make some thread chasers out of. I'm going to take several of these and clean them up and then cut slots across them. And I even got some of the short ones. One of the valve covers was off so I could get to it. These are all outside of the valve cover, so if the valve cover's still on, you can still torque them right off. So that's what I used right there. That's that spark plug socket I've talked about before. That's a 3/8 with a 3/8 adapter and a 1/2-inch drive. So I don't know, came out good. It's good to have the parts you need. Scored that thing that's missing off the side, and this missing off the front fender. I still need one that says Cherokee. So I was glad to get them. That Laredo is extremely rare, at least where I live. There's only like 4 Jeeps in the junkyard in the whole damn area, so you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that too much. Anyway, that's about it for today. Because of the Christmas holidays, Even Napa had a $10 off coupon for a $20 purchase. Well, that was $19.95, that hose. So I had to buy something else. I bought wiper blades and got $10 off. So got a premium quality hose for $10. That's okay. Could have gotten a used one in the junkyard that looked really good with the label still on it for $5. But for double that, getting new ones, that's okay. All right, well, that's it for today. Oh, the other part I got. The headlight adjuster is missing. This headlight is sticking way forward because this part's totally missing. Well, somebody took the whole entire grill out and put it in the back at that junkyard, and it had 1 out of 4 still good. So you clip it, squeeze it in, drop it in the hole, and you now have, I think it goes actually in from behind. So now I can fix this headlight. Stupid little things like that matter. All right, that's it. Good trip for the day. Gotta go get me some dinner. See you, bye.